Estás escuchando DeLoco.
Come on, big dog.
They're cool. They're good.
Estás escuchando DeLoco Podcast.
Do y'all have like a set time for rehearsal today, or y'all don't? It's just
we don't rehearse anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Well, with my side band.
With your side band?
My side band is Grupo Tan Tan.
Grupo Tan Tan. Yeah, Tan Tan.
Like the end of a mariachi
There's a
song.
mariachi, yeah.
That's my side band, and with that, we just play locally. And then my other band is Piñata Protest, which is like my main band.
That's your main band. With your main band, do you guys do the rehearsals?
Yeah, we rehearse for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly it's
what do you
songwriting.
do, like 30 minutes before or an hour before? Or
No. We meet about once a week.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and honestly, it's mostly songwriting at this point. Yeah. So we're very, well rehearsed and everything, and we play so much. We just came back from a tour, so we're good. We don't need to rehearse anymore. So
dang, brother,
we
that's
just
cool, man.
Songwrite.
The only reason why I ask is because I'm a musician. I play drums.
Oh, great.
I play keyboard. So I do serve at my church, and we do have rehearsals, right? Like on Saturday. So services are on Saturday and Sunday. So we have to show up an hour before
Oh, I see. Okay.
the actual service. So
What kind of music do y'all do?
we do worship, right? We do a lot of elevation worship. There's a lot more. The genre of the church, if you want to say, music has changed drastically. Before you would hear like a bunch of like Israel Houghton, like Lord, you are good, a bunch of cuts. Now it's changed a little bit more, right? It's more mellow, like pads, more guitar driven.
Right on.
I mean, we grew up, brother, like back in the day, you hear guitarra doing all these riffs. Like, this is a diablo, bro. It's like, you know what I mean?
I feel that, yeah.
It's changed so much, but that's the reason why I asked, because like I totally understand like trying to make sure that the music sounds like to a certain level, making sure that it's to perfection. And it's like, hey, you know what? I want to add this, minor 7 instead of going to this key or whatever. Yo entiendo todo el lenguaje, bro. Like I know, hey, instead of going to the 4, let's go ahead and go to the 6, or let's.
Well, that's unique for a drummer. Usually drummers, they don't know about that stuff.
They don't know, right?
It doesn't matter. Like,
and the thing for me is like my first instrument was keyboard. So I mean, it makes sense. That's why a lot of people are like, what are you talking? I'm like, brother, I already know. If they're going here, they're gonna go there. It's like I can hear it. They're like, I don't know. I'm just hitting the drums. It's like,
exactly.
I get it. But I fell in love with drums, right? I fell in love with it. That's my more dominant, thing that I do right now. I can't play keyboard. If somebody asks me, I just gotta, show me what I gotta play or whatever it is. I learned by ear, actually. I was self-taught to play the keyboard, and then my parents bought me like books, like, here, take a look at this. Then when I would go to school, because I play trumpet too. So when I was in school, I was playing trumpet, but I was getting like what some of the guys that played in the jazz band, and like ask them like, hey, how do you read like keyboard music? Like, how do you do this? Like, oh, it's easy. We'll teach you how to do it. Well, they taught me when I was in 7th, 8th grade. Then once I got to high school, I started to get down. I already knew how to read the music. And sometimes I would practice like with them, the jazz band. I ended up getting to where I ended up getting in the jazz band to play the piano.
Oh, wow.
And then I ended up getting an award at a jazz festival that they had for like high schoolers, and where I ended up getting an award for keyboard player. So I understand the lingo, dude. That's the reason why I'm like, man, that rehearsal, like. But if your band's tight and you guys already know each other really well, like, you already know where you're gonna go. Like that. Yeah. That's what I tell people. Like, there's a difference between like rehearsing. Like, you're rehearsing because we gotta rehearse this song. Like we gotta do it. But if you guys are doing the songwriting and you already know like the back of your hand, your band's already as tight as can be. Like, hey, we just need to go over it just to make sure like we're solid. We transition from this song to the next song. It is what it is, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
I get it. I feel you on that. But man, thank you so much, man, for coming. We're already rocking and rolling already. So the conversation started off really great, man. I really appreciate that. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah. So this is episode 112, correct? 112. Cannot believe it. We're here, episode 112. Before we begin, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, JD & Associates LLC, Bookkeeping and Tax Services. We're already in the kind of, you want to say, ending of verano, right? Going into the fall season. So We tell people, brother, like if you guys don't have a bookkeeping guy, because taxes are over. If you haven't done your taxes, ya pa que, you just gotta wait till next year. That you waited too long. Don't do it with your tia Lupita, who's got carpal tunnel. She's got Alzheimer's. She ain't gonna do it correctly. Make sure you hit up JD and Associates LLC. They'll make sure that you get it done right. As well as there's only one way to shop in the 210, and that's the Countdown Way. Right, we got them right here. Turn your chanclas, which I got on today, turn your chanclas into sneakers. Don't go on Facebook. Don't go on OfferUp. Those Nikes, they're not Nikes, they're Hikes. Pumbas son Pumbas. So don't do that. Go to the real shop. They got some deals, wheeling and dealing. And by the time you guys are listening to this, kids are already back in school. They're doing some back to school sales with shoes, lightly used, whatever the case is. They're here to help you out and get the shoes for your kiddos, for your little necios and necias. So episode number 112, we started off hot. Man, if you want to introduce yourself, who you are, just for people to be able to get to know who you are, man.
Thank you. Hey, I'm Álvaro del Norte, a musician. I play accordion and trumpet, songwriter for Piñata Protest. That's my main group, and that's a band that mixes Tejano, Norteño, cumbia, ska, punk, a lot of those genres all together. And I got my local band, my San Antonio band, Grupo Tan Tan. Tan Tan. Actually, the full name is Grupo Tan 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 Tan.
Really?
we can't fit it on our sign, so we just Grupo
There you
Tan
go.
Tan.
Grupo Tan Tan.
And that one, we just do standard covers, man. We do all the songs that I like to say, like we're like the quintessential San Antonio band. So we'll play a lot of the songs that you would hear like at Fiesta.
Okay,
Tejano
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Cumbias. You know, Selena, Ramon Ayala.
There you go.
Stuff like that. Country stuff too. You know, just popular stuff that we grew up listening to from like the 80s, 90s. You know, some more modern stuff too, but mostly the old school stuff. You know, the Abuelita approved stuff.
There you go. Abuelita approved. So that's the kind of music. Man, so you're from San Antonio, correct?
No.
Where are you from? Where are you actually born and raised from?
I was born in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, Mexico. But mostly I grew up here in San Antonio, most of my life. I spent the most amount of years here. And I consider myself San Antonian.
There you
I
go.
love this city. I love the history. I love the culture. I'm glad to be here, you know. And I think, you know, this city kind of shaped me, who I am, and you know, the music, the bands that, you know, I play in, you know, I owe it to the city. And yeah, man, I'm San Antonian at heart for sure.
At heart. That's cool, man. Is you getting into this game of music, man, and you playing all the great hits, right? Tejano. San Antonio's huge for Tejano. I think now more than ever before, people outside looking in, they're wanting to get into retrospect of Tejano music.
Right.
And I felt there for a time, right, that Tejano music was kind of dying down just a little bit. And now to see the rise of Tejano music come back. And it's like, I'm not even going to joke to you, brother. We had some people, right? Shout out to Concrete. Shout out to Jerry. All those comedians that are in LA. They've even said themselves too, like, man, when we hear Tejano, we think like Texas, San Antonio. Like, they're like in the movies, they do that, like purposely. Like, you can see the movie starting off dirt road, somebody driving a Ford pickup truck, and you hear Tejano, you're like, oh, they're probably somewhere in Texas, somewhere in Texas. Do you feel the same way, brother?
Yeah, man. I love it. And I agree. Like, you know, there's a resurgence right now going on in Tejano and Conjunto too, man. And I love that. There's so many places popping up. Well, have been around, but there's new ones even popping up now. They're starting to do more accordion and bajo sexto classes.
Yeah.
You know, teach the kids or just anybody at any age. And that's great. And they're very popular. And also there's bands that are coming around, like Juanos are a great local band. They're pretty new and they're taking Tejano and mixing it with like indie music. Yeah. So there's a lot more of that going on as well. And I love that. These kids, you know, these young people, they grew up in San Antonio and, you know, and they, you know, they grew up listening to Tejano and they're making it their own. And that's awesome, man. Because that's the history of all music, right? We just keeps evolving and changing a little by little. And it's great. So props to them, keeping the music alive and, you know, hope great things happen out of that.
That's cool, man. Yeah, shout out to Vanita Leo, right? We had her on the podcast as
she's
well.
great, yeah.
Brother, she's
Wonderful.
like changing the game, like cumbia, tejano mix, like brother, like she's, to me, like if she keeps getting to where she's getting and exploding the way that she's exploding, like she's gonna change the game, like of what people think of what tejano cumbia is. Like she really is. I really feel like tejano has been around for so long, people forgot about it. And, you know, shout out to Selena, right? She did an amazing job, and she did her job, and she did what she loved so much. People still reference her still to this day. She's no longer here. And her music still slaps, brother. Like, it still hits. People still play it. We played here during Fiesta season. You hear Selena Quintanilla playing all over the place. Local shops or whatever the case is. Brother, like, there's no way around it. Like, I get so excited. I know when I was growing up, going to high school and stuff like that, to be quite honest, like listening to cumbia tejano, it's like, oh man, that's not my thing. Now the older I get, it's like, bro, this is dope, brother. Like, this is
right on, man.
Man, dude, this sounds so good. Like, I love it. Like, really, really good, man.
Yeah, and you know, I agree. Like, you know, Selena really has crossed that barrier. I think you'll agree with me, man, that like growing up, you go to quinceañeras, any, you know, just hang out with the family.
Yeah.
There's certain songs that are always played. Always like, for sure, Ramon Ayala are going to be played. Tragos Amargos, you know. Everybody knows these certain songs, Fito Olivares, right? And they become part of kind of like our conscious, you know, like they become part of our being, right? And as a little kid, you may not appreciate that, or it might be annoying. You know, I agree, man. I grew up disliking my parents' music. It was a lot of, you know, norteño stuff mostly, and cumbia. But as I got older, I really started to connect with it because and that's actually how my band got started, because I was, you know, in my early 20s, and I was trying to doing a lot of soul searching, I guess, you know, trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do with my life. And one of the things that that I had the opportunity to do is get connected back with all the norteño music. I happened to be in Austin at the time, and I was working at La Fiesta Market.
La Fiesta, baby.
I was in the meat. I was a butcher.
Yeah.
And they played 100% norteño there.
Oh, yeah,
and it was so, I was rehearing a lot of these songs that I grew up with. So I fell in love with it again, And that kind of led to me forming Piñata Protest, which was the combination of those two worlds. But yeah, man, Selena, for sure, she's become part of that now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the little kids that, you know, grew up listening to her, now they're big kids now, and you know, that's part of that the musical consciousness that we're going to carry, and she's going to be part of that always, forever.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, the music is evolving, but it's evolving with the time that we're in. Let me just simplify it, right? Because the time that we're in right now, there's a lot of pop. I will tell you, a lot of electronic pop is coming back, like 90s type of music vibes are coming back.
Right.
And to be able to be living in this time of being able to hear that type of music, to where people they're kind of inspired by that music. Like you said, to your point, they get inspired by it. Now they're changing it into their own form. And it's like, man, bro, this is beautiful to hear. Like, there's so many talented people that are out there that people don't know about. Yeah. Whether they make music, whether they're singing, playing music, making beats, whatever it may be. Like, right now, the time that we're in, like, music is at its all-time high, and everybody wants to be Latino. Let me just tell you that everybody wants to be Latino now. It's like, come on now, brother. Like, we've been here. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel the same way. Like, the Latino genre of music, reggaeton, cumbia, tejano, all that is like blowing up more than usually, right? I feel that way. Like, Mexican, Hispanic, Latino culture is being pushed, right, a little bit more. You're seeing it a lot more, right? And now people are with it. Like, back in the day, people were like, yeah, I don't know. That's the way I felt. Like, growing up, like, you had more people with hip hop, more people with country music. punk rock, right? That's how I feel, to be quite honest. Like, I don't know if you feel the same way, or you're like, well, this is how I feel. I don't know.
No, I agree. I for sure feel that there is this appreciation for Latino music, especially I think with like cumbia and more like upbeat stuff, and for sure reggaeton. I don't know. I like, I really like, my band exists on the underside, kind of like the alternative side of the music genre.
Yeah.
So like reggaeton stuff, I really don't mess with that like in a professional level. Like personally, yeah. But,
I get you.
But I don't play that music. But in regards to like my main band, Piñata Protest, like for sure, man. Like I love playing. Okay, I'll say this. We were in Bellingham, Washington this past tour. We were playing this festival called Fourth Corner Fest.
Okay.
And most of these people are gringos, right? Like they don't know who we are, right? Most of them. And it was a big, huge festival, man. And the moment we start, people are like curious because, number one, I come on there with an accordion.
Yeah.
My sombrero, and we start off with like a norteño version of a punk rock song. And man, it's nice to play in front of like new audiences because it's great to see the reaction.
Yeah.
And the set went great, man. By the end, everybody loved us and were asking for otra. They're saying one more song or whatever.
One more song, yeah, not otra.
Not otra. but yeah, man, and we had a wonderful time there. We did like a lot of signing autographs and photos. That's cool, man. And all that stuff. It was great. But for sure, man, like the Latino culture in general, for sure is I think is appreciated, and also too like everything going on with like the ICE raids and stuff. I think that it's kind of like a pushback against that as well.
Yeah,
and showing people trying to, I think, show their appreciation and love. It's one way kind of fight against it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely going on.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. I mean, to make mention, right, to all those families that are being affected by ICE raids, right? We don't too much get into the political game, into the politics and whatnot. That stuff gets real slimy and dirty. I'll just be honest with everybody, right, and even you, right? But to kill somebody that is innocent, that is not correct, and I'm not with that. So. Shout out to all the families that are being affected, right, or have been affected, right. I mean, one of the things that we do, right, as a Christ follower, Christ believer, right, is, I mean, we have to pray for our nation, pray for the time that we're in right now, because we're in a time in a crisis to where, I hate to say it, right, but the government doesn't even know what it's doing. Like they're making mistakes, and I'm not with that. So. Shout out to all those families that have been affected, are being affected at this time during these ICE raids. That is not cool. That is not good. And that's all I'm going to say. We made mention of what's going on. And I'm glad you're bringing it up, right? Because it's something that has to be brought up. We have to make sure that the elephant in the room is brought up, because that is being brought up, and it's happening, and it's a pushback towards the Latino community. So just speak shortly on that, dude. I don't like to really get intertwined with that a little bit too much, because se pone bien muro, bro. It gets
right on, man. It's a dark subject.
Yeah, it is, brother. It is, man. And changing into perspectives, let's get back up and with it. You were talking about earlier before the camera started rolling that you got a tuba player. You're able to do that. I know back in the day, people would get, they would post a Craigslist posting like, hey, we're looking for a tuba player tonight. Like anybody, I don't even know if Craigslist still exists or not, but how do you go about, like, when you're looking for local musicians or you're looking for a musician, how do you go about that? Do you guys post something? You guys, hey, and then when you get those people coming in, what are you looking for in that musician or singer or whatever it is?
So, yeah, no, for sure, no more Craigslist.
Yeah.
For sure, no more Craigslist. So I think, well, right now there's various ways of doing it. Like I'm on this WhatsApp group, and it's mostly norteño musicians. So you got everything for requinto players, tuba players, accordion players, singers, everything. And basically, if I need a last minute musician, I'm just going there like, pap, 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 looking for a bajo sexto player, whatever. So that's one way of doing it. But, Facebook, still relevant
Like
for that reason.
There you go.
Still relevant. Looking for this, whatever. And yeah, there's a lot of great musicians out there. We've got a lot of talent here in San Antonio. And there's a lot of like desire, I think, everybody doesn't get to play as much as they want. It seems like, but in regards to like looking for, musicians, I think the hardest part is probably finding one that knows the music, man, like grew up listening to it. And that's one thing I'll say, like, I didn't really appreciate this until, more recently, is that just growing up listening to these songs, like that already trains you so much. If you don't know the songs, if you didn't grow up listening to like Tejano, Cumbia, even if, the most basic way, like let's say a bassist, like you just do simple rhythms, doon, 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 someone who grew up listening to it is going to have a better feel for the music.
Oh, yeah.
Man. And also just like the changes coming up when the chord change is going to happen in the songs and stuff like that, so that matters a lot.
Yeah.
And so I definitely, I like to work with people who grew up listening to it. And,
Same.
And also too, like they appreciate like the events going on. So if you're doing like, sometimes we do stuff like, man, like we play funerals, with my side band. We do a bit of those. And we'll play these standards, Amor Eterno.
Okay.
Te vas ángel mío, Puño de tierra. Songs like that. And they're beautiful songs, man. And they mean a lot. And it's nice to work with people who like, appreciate what's going on and the meaningfulness of the songs to the moment, to the occasion, or even quinceañeras too, stuff like that, So yeah, that's important, man.
It is.
We're working with people who appreciate, who grew up with it, and because for that time, the time that you're there performing as an artist, man, that you become part of that memory.
Yeah.
Like these are such important moments in their life. Think about like a quinceañera, that's huge, man. That's a huge part. And it's an honor to be part of that moment for them. That's awesome.
What about, I ask every band, musical artist, we always try to ask this, but you don't have to put them or say the city or whatever the case is, but has there ever been a quinceañera or maybe even a wedding or any kind of event that you've done to where there's always that one comes up, hey, ¿pueden tocar esta canción? And you're like, oh my God. Like, has that ever happened to you, bro?
It happened yesterday.
No, it did not, bro.
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
Oh, no.
We were playing at a restaurant last night. People come up all the time. They ask you for songs and stuff.
What song were they asking you to play? Like that maybe it's like, man,
what was it? It was one that I knew. Like I knew it, but I never played it. I don't know what it was, but people ask all the time.
Yeah,
and they give you slips of paper with like the requests. I always like to mess with them. They're like, and I pretend I'm reading it. I'm like, we've been trying to reach you regarding your auto insurance.
That's cool,
or
dude.
Sometimes I do the Chalino Sanchez thing. I read it and go.
Is it oof?
I do that in front of everybody. And if you know, you know. So
yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, man, well, there's videos all over TikTok and everything for you to find out. But man, that's cool, brother, that you guys are doing that. And to your point, getting musicians is the easy part, but getting them that actually know the music and feel the music. There's a difference between knowing it. You can play your instrument to the top tier, but if you don't feel like, hey, there should be a break right here, I already know where we're gonna go from here, that's different. Like, and people feel that. Like, I'm beyond, people feel that regardless. And again, I'll bring up the church. we make a mistake, the only ones that are gonna know are us, the musicians, the people that are singing. We're the only ones. But if the band is not like this, they're gonna know.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And also, I think as a musician, you know, when the whole band is tight, the whole band is grooving, and you feel confident in each other.
Yeah, dude.
People will feel that. Like,
Heck
you know, if they're dancing, like, they're gonna feel that better. If the band is confident, you're gonna have a better time. Like, you know, when you're playing, you feel good. You start jamming along, and
man.
people in the audience will not only see that, but they'll feel it too, and they'll have a great time.
Yeah, they'll have
even
a great
better
time.
So,
Exactly.
you know, whatever the occasion may be. So yeah, man, it really does help a lot, and it all starts right there with people knowing the songs and having a better grasp of it for sure.
Yeah, man. Before we get too far in, I wish Puro Tepache, shout out to them. Right, drinks are here. We didn't really get into that, but where can people find you guys at social media if you got events that are coming up and whatnot?
For sure, we're all over the place. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We got a website. PiñataProtestBand.com. That's our main thing, I guess. We post up our tours in every place.
Yeah.
You have to, man. You have to be like on it. You know.
Yeah, you
right?
have to be
because I don't know. That's where we list all of our upcoming shows for both my bands.
Both of them.
Grupo Tantana and Piñata Protest.
Okay.
So that's our Just
Perfect.
look up.
Look them up. Are you guys, I mean, I'm just asking, right, because I don't know. Have y'all guys recorded anything to where you guys maybe put on like SoundCloud, Spotify, or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're all over. Well, not Grupo Tantan because we just do covers.
Just covers? Okay.
But Piñata Protest, yeah, we have, it's mostly original music.
Okay.
And yeah, we're all over every streaming service there is. We're on there.
That's cool, brother. That's all. Bro, have you heard of Easy Band?
Oh, of course. We played with them.
Really? Bro, so my brother Josh, he had DM'd them because they were here last year, no? They were here sometime last year and we were trying to get them on, but
cool.
They were playing and just the timing didn't work out. But man, dude, that dude, all of them, oh my God, dude, they're wow. If you guys don't know who Easy Band is, look them up on Instagram, Easy Band. And the reason why I love them even more, too, is because they love wrestling like I do. Oh, cool. So they do covers of the wrestlers' theme songs in the way that they play.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Dude, it is so cool to see that. And they started off doing that. So we had a wrestler that's very well known called Joe Henry. So we had Joe Henry on the podcast. He was in a smaller company called TNA Wrestling, which is now bought by WWE. But now he's in the main roster of WWE. And when WWE went to Mexico City, he wanted to do something special. He used the cover that Easy Band did of his song.
Oh, cool.
Dude, I thought that was like so amazing to see that. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy, man. Have you guys ever done like, I know you guys say you guys do covers and stuff like that, but have y'all done like a recording maybe like on YouTube? Y'all do a cover or like reels or anything like that?
Of covers?
Yeah, like of
sure.
covers.
Oh yeah, man. Like our number one most streamed song is our version of Volver Volver. We also do a cover of La Chona.
La Chona?
Yeah, and La Cucaracha also.
There you go.
So those are covers that we do, but we do it our style.
You do it your style.
Punk rock style. And we've had actually wrestlers and boxers all over the nation. They've used our music in their intro songs.
Really?
Their intro, yeah. So that's really cool.
Which wrestler? Which one would you say is like the one that?
The biggest one is probably Barrios. Boxer Barrios is Instagram.
Yeah.
Thing. He's used our song Vato Perron.
Oh wow,
as an entrance,
dude, that's cool,
which is,
man. I
which
didn't
is
even
an
know
honor.
that.
It's cool.
Dang, man,
it's awesome.
that's cool, brother. Wow,
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome, man. Well, you being in music and having two bands, right? Because you have your main band, you have your side band. Is there anything else that maybe like before you even got into the music industry, was there something else that you had in mind that you wanted to also do? If like, yeah, well, you know what? If this music thing doesn't work out, this is what I want to do too. Is there something else?
Well, I was a teacher. I was a full-time teacher in middle school before I did music.
Eso, bro. Ese es el mero bueno, bro. I didn't know you were a teacher. ¿De qué, bro?
I was teaching social studies at a dual language academy.
Mira? Dang, brother. Where at?
Bonham Academy.
Yeah. And you said, how long were you doing that for?
1 year.
1 year. That's it.
Well, okay, it's a long story. But it was always like a dream of mine to be a teacher, you know.
Man.
And you know, I've done had my share of full-time jobs.
Yeah.
For most of my life, I guess. I only recently have been a musician, 100% full-time musician. I've only been doing this for like 5 years full-time. So it's, you know, it took me a while, but it's, you know, I'm doing it and I'm very, very happy. But I did have to leave being a teacher in order to do this. So that was a hard decision because I really, really, really loved being a teacher. I loved every aspect of it, even the bad parts, the stressful parts.
Yeah.
And it's but you know, you make those decisions, you know, to do what you love, and you know, I feel I made the right choice, and I'm very happy, and I, you know, shout out to all the teachers out there doing the good work, because you know, teachers are
paciencia, bro, porque
they're nation builders. They do so much work, more so I think than people give them credit for.
Yeah. Exactly. Shout out to all the teachers. School's already about to start.
Oh, yeah.
I know parents are jumping for joy. Ahorita están haciendo carnitas asadas this weekend because, man, the necios are going back to school already. Like,
Right.
I feel you. So shout out to all the teachers, man. They don't get enough recognition, right? It's not, they're not just taking care of your kids. They're teaching your kids, right? Because the kids that are in school right now, that's the next generation. So they're doing their part to make sure that they know what they're learning, make sure that they are very involved with, you know, social studies, mathematics, reading, porque you don't want to go to Target and that girl gives you the wrong change. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's happening now, but you've got some kids there that I've seen that are like, wait, well, how much should I give you back? And it's like, oh, come on, man.
Not even I still I still struggle with that, dude.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
So speaking of which, right now I'm looking over, right? So we're big wrestling fans, but we're huge Nacho Libre movie fanatic. Like,
right on.
I watched this movie so many times, we already know it word for word. The reason why I say is because the mask is over there. He's sitting over there.
Yeah.
Brother, have you ever thought of doing a cover like of one of the songs from the Nacho Libre movie? And have you done that?
Man, what songs are on there? I know they have the intro song. I am.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's a great song. No, I've never. It's never crossed my mind. We have been in movies though. My band has been part of soundtracks.
Really?
You know, I think the last one came out was 3 years ago. It was a Mexican movie called Tequila Repasado, and we have a couple of our songs in there. We have our Volver,
Okay.
and Vato Perron, and that came out in theaters all over Mexico. And then we had another one starring Gael Garcia Bernal, who's a big huge actor. He came out in a movie called Me Estás Matando Susana, which actually it also was playing in theaters in the United States as well. But that was more like an indie film.
Okay.
And but we wrote original music for that movie, which is great. We got to, you know, get with the director and you know, we wrote some original stuff and it came out cool, and I think you can still find it on both all and we also one more actually. There's another film that was shot in Midland, Texas called Circus of the Dead, and they used another one of our songs there in that one too. And that was a really, really cool movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been in films too.
That's cool, man. I didn't even know that you guys are doing that. Is there like maybe you being in a music, I know there's collaborations that you would maybe dream of doing, and then maybe a movie that you would like to do. Is there any of that like maybe in the back of your mind, in your heart, like, man, I wish I could do a collab with this musical artist or this band or this singer, and then also too, like, if they were to make another movie, Nacho Libre Part 2, like let me do the cover, let me do it. For
sure, down to do anything, especially with Nacho Libre too. Oh my God. or 3 or 4.
Whichever one.
I don't know. No, if we have it to. And as far as like collaborations, we do collaborations. Not all the time, but every so often. On our last album that came out, our last album is called No Sabo, and it was released. And we could talk about that if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Our last album was called No Sabo, and we did a collab with a conjunto artist, Santiago Jimenez Jr., which is big time conjunto, guy. And we did a song with him. And we also had like guest stars, guest musicians from around the San Antonio music scene.
Okay.
So, but our album No Sabo, we're not too long ago, there was a big thing. I'm sure you've seen it like on TikTok, making fun of the No Sabo kids.
No Sabo kids, yeah.
Right. And, I think we all can relate,
Oh, yeah.
But we did write a song about it, not making fun of the No Sabo kids, but, talking about the kind of the darker history behind it, which is, if you don't know, it's, in the U.S. education system, if you spoke Spanish in school, you were punished, sometimes physically. So this happened for many decades all over the Southwest. And what ended up happening was the parents of these kids ended up making a really tough choice, which was they decided, you know what, we're not going to speak Spanish at home. That way to help, foster the English speaking skills, and and also get kids more ahead and make sure that they're not punished anymore.
Yeah.
And this of course led to 1-2 generations later, No Sabo kids.
No
right?
Sabo kids, yeah.
They don't speak Spanish.
No.
And that's kind of like the dark history of it. So in the song that we wrote, it talks about that. And our album cover also has, it talks about that as well. We got, our bassist has a son who's I think about 6 years old, and I bought this really vintage 1920s, 1930s school desk.
Yeah,
I got it on Facebook, and I bought it, and I carved out No Sabo. So the album cover features, this kid, this student, in the classroom, and he's carving out No Sabo,
cool,
like in an angry way.
Yeah, angry way. Yeah.
And I really wanted to capture that history and almost like in a way to like reclaim it, and not be, feel bad about ourselves for being No Sabo kids, because we're still getting by, we're still getting ahead, but I do think it's important to know the history behind it.
Yeah,
it really is.
I did not know that they physically.
Oh yeah, man! When I posted the photo after I finished carving out the No Sabo on the desk, I posted it online. I said, "Hey, I'm working on this new album cover. We're gonna have a photo shoot and everything." And man, I got like hundreds of people commenting on there, like, "Wow, my uncle, my tia, my cousin, my mom, my dad, they went through that same experiences." Like hundreds of comments, man, all relating to the same thing, and some of them very recently, like up to like the 1970s, which is not that long ago. So it was a big part of our history, the bigger part of our history that I even knew. So man, No Sabo kids, man.
Take it easy, like Nacho says. Take it easy on the No Sabo kids, please. Take it easy. Take it easy. Sometimes they don't really know too much, man. But dude, that's exciting. Is there any new music or anything like that you want to push out there right now that maybe people don't know that you guys are working on, or there's an upcoming event that you really want to like push?
Well, we're always releasing new music. Right now, we're going to be hitting the studio next month. We're going to be doing a cover of La Cumbia Sampuesana, which is going to be a cool one, But we're doing a ska version of it. It's going to be fun.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to get friends to collaborate on that. As far as, let's see, gigs, we do have a 16 de Septiembre in Austin, Texas, at the Far Out Lounge. So we're going to have that going on.
Okay.
We're planning some more gigs around Texas for the rest of the year, kind of just close out the year. And then, in October, I think I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to be doing the Salty Dog Cruise, which is a cruise ship tour. So we're flying out to Miami and getting on this cruise ship. And for 5 days, we're going to be, going around the Caribbean.
Oh, wow, dude. That's cool, man.
And we play, have 4 gigs or whatever,
That's cool,
aboard the boat. And just enjoy all the food and the drinks and the atmosphere, man. We did it before about 6 years ago.
Okay.
Best favorite, best gig of my whole life. It was so awesome. So awesome,
that's
man.
That's cool, dude.
The Offspring were part of that one, that day, that tour. But it was just beautiful, man. I've never been on a cruise ship, never did anything like that before. And so for me to be, part of that experience and, especially with the band, the music, bringing you there, to me, it meant a lot. And, it was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And got things looking forward to next year, more touring, keep releasing new music. Yeah, man, just living the dream.
That's crazy, man. We're going to end the year already like in 4 months. That is crazy to me, brother. Like right now, I've already known that, right? But for you to say like already next year, it's like, man, like we're just 4 months away already till.
I know.
We're like 2027. It's like, what?
Oh my God.
Who would have ever thought, right? Like 2027?
Dude, I'm still like 2010 was 10 years 10 years ago.
I'm like, brother, what is going on here, dude? Like,
I know.
It's going by so fast. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. But regardless, follow these guys. These guys are here. They're making some great music. They're going to be here in Texas, right, the rest of the year. So make sure you follow them on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever it is. Follow them everywhere. These guys are doing some great things. They got some great collaborations coming up. Great concerts coming up as well. And then they're going to do the cruise ship. So I was going to ask if you've ever been on a cruise ship, but you said you have been, because I had never been on one, and I recently went on one.
All right.
I loved it, bro. Like, I really did. Cool. Like, you're out at sea, your phone doesn't really work, and it's you need to be away from that for a little bit. Like, to be honest, I mean, this thing, like, we put everything, social media, reels, stuff like that, getting stuff ready, and sometimes it can overtake you. Like, it could just, like, you're just so bombarded with it. So just being away and just really enjoying life itself. Come on now, brother.
Right on.
Like,
they have the Hano cruise ships now too. They have
really?
The Hano cruise ships. The whole thing is like you go on the cruise ship, but they have the Hano bands.
Wow, dude!
So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, man.
What cruise line is it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I know they're happening. They happen at least once a year.
Once a year.
So check them out if you're interested.
Yeah, man, that's really cool.
Imagine being on a boat with like a bunch of Tejano fans, dude. Stock up on that Bud Light.
Dude, that would be crazy, bro. I didn't even know that existed, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Don't go on the Disney cruise. Está bien caro, bro. No, don't do that. don't do
My
that.
favorite part though about that cruise ship that we did is because it's punk rock bands, is that sometimes you'll get people who didn't know was going to be part of that, like that kind of a cruise.
Yeah.
And they show up, they're like, "Oh my God, why are all these tattooed people with like piercings and all these like loud bands playing? What?" So I can imagine, imagine that happening at the Tejano cruise ship, man. Like,
what's going on here?
It's gonna be like the lady at the Spurs, like, how do
dude.
How do the Mexicans afford all these?
How did they get on the cruise ship? Oh, man, dude. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by, man. I know you got a busy schedule today. You got a gig later on tonight, right?
Right on.
And that's with the Grupo Tantan, right?
Right, yeah.
So, man, I really do appreciate it, brother. And like I said in the very beginning, man, every guest that we have on, like, we really appreciate everybody coming on. They're special in their own unique way. Comedians, wrestlers, artists, music, whatever it may be. And we really appreciate every single one of you guys just stopping in and coming in. And every guest that we've had on, man, for the past 112 episodes, we also take the time to really, like, just tell them, to encourage them to seek after Christ, right? I know you know who he is. Everybody knows who he is. He's the creator of the heavens and the earth. Like, but we really encourage our guests, right? I encourage you, like, if you don't have a personal relationship with him, to have one. right? I'm not saying it's going to be an easy road because it's not, but having a genuine relationship with him and allowing him to do his work and his will in your life will help you flourish way more than what you're already flourishing right now. In the day and age that we're living in right now, I tell people, and I'm not going to get tired of it, right? The Lord is coming back very soon, sooner than what we think. And we need to be right before him. And it's just an encouragement, man. Like, I'm not trying to tell you I'm a perfect man because I'm far away from everybody. If there's somebody there that's next to you watching, they're like, I'm perfect, they're lying to you, because there's nobody that's perfect, only the perfecter. And that's Christ Jesus. He's the only perfect one. But man, yeah, I just encourage you, man. If you don't know who he is, find him, seek him. He knows you already by your name. He created you. Like, he knows the number of hairs that are on your head, which is even crazy to think about. Like, to think that he knows that. But man, I encourage you, brother. And this is for everybody that's listening in and watching, right? This is just a friendly reminder that God loves you. Dios Te Ama. This has been episode number 112. Thank you so much, brother, for coming and stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And man, really, thank you so much, brother. And we will see you on the very next episode.
But I couldn't have anybody see my face, Steven. Come on.